What is up, everyone? This is Trebis here with a StarCraft 2 commentary, but this is no ordinary StarCraft 2 commentary. This is what I'm going to call a pop-up commentary, and it's an idea that just popped into my brain, much like these pop-ups that you're going to be seeing throughout this commentary. This is something that I had the idea for it a while ago, and I was reminded of it again by watching the Red Bull LAN. They have these little fun facts that pop up, and those are done in a live environment, and I think that's awesome. But hey, with a recorded commentary, you can even do even more of this pop-up kind of stuff, and I hadn't seen it in other casts, so I thought it would be something cool that I could try out, something additional I can add to a commentary, because the standards for a commentary are just going up and up and up. No longer can you just cast a game, and people are, unless you're just incredibly charismatic, most people aren't going to care. So this is a pop-up commentary, and I'm going to be popping up as these messages that hopefully you're seeing already, with some interesting facts, interesting tidbits, little entertaining factoids, little nuggets of wisdom. Yeah, and that's all I can come up with. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the game. This is going to be a Protoss versus Terran. On the top right, we have SKMC. And in the bottom left, as the Terran, we've got Startail's Bomber. And hopefully, you will be seeing some pop-ups of some little facts about each of these players, stuff that I can look up after the cast, add it to these little pop-ups that you're seeing, and hopefully have something interesting going on. So I hope you will, if you find this entertaining, I hope you'll give me some feedback on how I can do this better, or I'm not actually aware of anyone that's doing this with just like YouTube commentaries. So if someone's already doing this, link me to them so I can copy what they're doing, because you know what? That's how you improve at so many things, is finding people that are doing something already and see what they're doing well, improve on that, find the things they're not doing well, and improve on those as well. Copycatting is the way to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this build. Looks like MC is just opening up standard here, and Bomber's going for a really fast expansion, the gasless expansion, which MC has already scouted, so he's going to be fully prepared for this. We're going to have to see. This is one of those builds that it's just asking for the Protoss to make some kind of a reaction here, and I'm sure Bomber is going to be scouting as much as possible to try to figure out what MC's reaction is here. Right now, MC is able to take map control, and Bomber being adamant about taking down the supply depot. Maybe that's just to keep his Marines busy. Not really sure there. And it looks like MC probably going to be going for an early expansion as well. Seems to be the typical metagame here in Protoss vs. Terran, is just early expansions. Bomber pushing out on the map, taking his map control, but he's not going to be able to keep that for long with the Stalkers about. Stalkers smartly poking around looking for any proxies or anything like that. And MC does throw down the Nexus a little before the 5-minute mark, so a pretty quick Nexus as well. And just delaying that second gas until the Nexus is up, and there it goes down. Bomber making a little squadron of Marines, trying to keep himself safe with this bunker, but there's not going to be any huge pressure coming from MC quite yet, although MC is known for his big 2-base and 3-base plays. In his interviews at the Red Bull LAN, he was asked in some interviews several times what his plan was for this next game, which is, first of all, it's just kind of a silly question to ask when your opponent is literally standing right there. Hey, what are you gonna do in this next patch? Or in this next match? Why don't you just, give away your entire build order in front of your opponent? So, but either way, what he said in those questions was just I'll just go for a 2 or 3 base all in, and you know what? That's what he's good at. That's what he's known for. Probably the scariest 2 and 3 base all-ins from a Protoss in the world at this point. So revealing a little bit of tech at this point, going for a robotics and adding on a couple gateways. He does have that second gas going. Check the gases for Startail Bomber. He's got his gases going as well. Just working on getting some upgrades, focusing on only Marines right now. So I'm assuming we're going to see some medevacs coming out here quite shortly, I'd expect to see a factory. And there's the factory. So gonna be going for a big bio play. And you know, with this late of gas and this late of factory, I wouldn't be surprised to see another early command center coming down. But oh, he is getting really protective of his front right now. Curious what our friend MC here is going to be doing. Looks like he's going to go for some kind of bust. Is he going to warp in any zealots? He's not warping in zealots, just going for stalkers and sentries. Force fielding off the repair, but there's quite a few marines here. The SCP is getting pulled way too far, actually, and taking down one bunker. The second bunker is building. Is he going to be able to deny the second bunker? Oh, he doesn't deny the second bunker. The marines get in, are able to kill a couple of the sentries. Pretty effective use of force fields here, denying any repairing that could happen. But you know what? Bomber didn't even really need to repair that much there. Without the zealots, this was a kind of a weak attack. MC is going to try to poke in here a little bit more and do some damage on this bunker, but this aggression is certainly going to be repelled, and in response, he's just falling back to a nexus. And adding on 2 gases at his expansion as well. So he is going to pull back and not put on any more aggression here. There's that 3rd command center coming down for Bomber, and Bomber going up to 4 gases as well. So expect to see lots of medevacs coming out. Bomber used to be, I haven't watched a Bomber game in a while, but he used to be known for his medevac play, so I bet we'll see a lot of this. Although this map, not the absolute best for drops, although drops into the main whenever you're attacking the 3rd can be quite nice because of this distance here that it takes. But so we will be seeing right here what's going to be happening. Bomber's going for the factory scout, MC adding on a couple gateways and going for blink tech as well. Wow, even more gateways. So going to be going for a lot of gateway units, not getting Colossus, not getting Archons or High Templar, just lots and lots of gateway units, which seems to be the style that he's really preferring. Just and this is typical MC once again, is the lots and lots of gateway units. So it's turning into gateway units versus barracks units. I'd say that's pretty typical for. Well, that's typical for Terran players. Protoss players are usually preferring to get maybe charge with Archons or something, as opposed to the blink and just mass stalkerness that MC is going for. It's going to be very reliant on perfect force fields is what it's going to take to take care of all of Bomber's forces. Of course, force fields can be denied a little bit by really effective medevac use, so we'll have to see how Bomber is with these pickups. Here we do. Charge is going down, and with the rest of these gateways finished, MC fully aware of how much Bomber likes to do drops. He's got his stalkers in his main, and he's got his zealots and sentries positioned between his 2nd and 3rd. Is he leaving any stalkers in the main? Not quite. Is getting that Templar archive down, so we'll probably be seeing some storms. And here's the big drop that I was talking about. Drop coming into the main base. How is MC going to react? A few Marines there, just maybe as a distraction. Oh, he's just going to target down the Nexus, and this Nexus is certainly going to fall. MC trying to pull back into his base. Oh, taking down crucial tech buildings as well, and he's just going to call it a day. Get out of there, and there he gets away without losing anything. So wow, what a really effective drop by Bomber there. MC was totally caught off guard. You saw he had his stalkers waiting for the attack to come in, but something told him to pull his stalkers out, and that ended up costing him quite a bit. This crucial observer by MC is actually able to see most of what's going on here. So I'm surprised Bomber hasn't taken the time to actually clear that out. A very effective scout. You can see, look how much vision that MC is actually using. That robotics that he got is actually just for these observers, just getting tons and tons of observers. And look at this, we are seeing, wherever it is, we are seeing this storm going down. So we're going to see some High Templar with storms and the double upgrades on all of these gateway units very smartly. Smart move indeed. MC doing some moving around. I keep hitting C. What does C even do? I don't actually know. Oh, player camera. Alright, well, it's doing nothing. So, back in Bomber's base, he is going for Ghosts, getting those double upgrades going once again. And the Ghosts are going to be there to combat the High Templar. Bomber did see the Twilight Council, so he's assuming that there would still be High Templar coming out that, or not the Templar Archive, I mean. So he is assuming there are High Templar coming out, and he is going to be right. Crucial observers once again by MC, seeing everything that's going on. Very smart. Lots and lots of charge lots with force fields that are not going to help him right yet. These High Templar are going to have to get their storms off. First storm about to go down, and it's mostly a whiff, but he does get that before any Ghost can get him. Oh, nice factory land by Bomber. It's going to cut off a lot of these units. Little snipe there on a Zealot. And, oh, crucial storm. Pretty nice storm going down. And the Zealots are going for the charge. Can he get his force fields off? Oh, he gets 2 nice force fields off, and the Zealots are just getting ripped apart. One storm goes down. Pretty nice storm. And the Stalkers finally arriving in the battle, able to do a little damage here. Another pretty good storms here, but the Medivacs are healing these units so quickly. I'm not sure who is actually going to win this battle. The upgrades from both of these players quite good, or I guess pretty equal at this point, and MC is going to be able to clear this up. Bomber gets away with his Medivacs. Looking at the units lost, it was not a huge victory for either player. It was mostly a trade, and with getting this third base up while that was going on, pretty even here at the start, although Bomber is getting a rather nice Ghost count at this point. And the Ghost versus High Templar, it's 6 Ghost versus, well, 7 High Templar now. And of course, both players are pretty much at the probe counts that they want to be for the very end, so I doubt we'll be seeing many more probes produced. 2-2 upgrades about to finish for our Protoss player. Looks like Bomber is going to be getting another expansion as well. Looking to the future, the main base is starting to get mined out. And 3-3 upgrades on the way as well. So heading into the late game here, I'm curious to see what the transitions we're seeing here are going to be, because you can't stay on these gateway and barracks units for forever. You at least have to start adding on maybe Colossus, mix up some Colossus, some Archons, and some High Templar. Make it really difficult for the Terran player to respond. As you get Vikings, more Ghosts, becomes difficult to determine. Observer does get taken out, and a storm doesn't do a whole lot. Ooh, sniping on the High Templar, but feedbacking on the Ghosts. Some of those Ghosts being taken out pretty quickly, getting a little overly aggressive with the Ghosts. What are these Ghosts going to be able to do? Oh, man. Very close. Notice MC has a very low count of... Whoa, we got a drop going on here. Got a very low count of sentries, so not going to be many force fields going on at all, but so many charged Zealots and a really nice storm. Getting a few units here. The Zealots charging in and doing as much damage as they can, but the Medivacs doing so much healing at this point. And Bomber with the insanely good micro, and MC not able to get any more storms off. This is going to be quite a win for Bomber. Able to take out this free Archon and this base. The warp ends of MC are going to be able to keep this base protected with just such a high gateway count, so many gateways, so many warp ends, really great economy. So once again, we're left with this being quite even. Looking at the resources lost, I would say maybe Bomber has a slight advantage here. Oh, throwing away some units. MC with the critical mistake, but the excellent storm is able to do tons and tons of damage here. And these Medivacs are just so low on energy. The drop, I apologize for missing the drop. The drop is able to deny the expansion, the third expansion of Bomber. What's the god? Alright, workers killed 6. I don't do many commentaries. Forgive me. And in the main, MC trying to do a little suiciding. A few units here. Looks like Bomber is able to stabilize. He pretty much loses this base here. And what are you trying to do with this High Templar MC? I would expect to see MC taking another base pretty soon. Whoa, this is just silliness. Come on, Bomber, you gotta take out the Warp Prism. It's pretty crucial. Whoa, look at that. Look at that Zealot Warp in. Insane Zealot Warp in with the Storm as well. But the Zealots are mostly gonna get kited. They do get a couple good kills off here, but Bomber with the smart pulling up of the Medivacs. SKMC trying to test the multitasking of Bomber. Quite a thing to do, and he is going to be able to deny this expansion. The Zealots are not sure whether to go in or not. And oh, what a mistake of dropping right in the middle. And Bomber with such good engagements here. A multi-pronged attack, the Archons on each side. Oh man, MC is just showing his superior multitasking here, which is rather impressive because Bomber was known, or is known I guess, for his multitasking. Like I said, those drops of his used to be incredibly effective. It's, you know, it's really interesting to see Protoss players doing multi-pronged attacks. Terran players have always done multi-pronged attacks, but now we're seeing Protoss and Zerg players doing even more of those. Zergs have always been a fan of things like Ling run-bys and stuff, but even just multi-pronged roach attacks, stuff like that is becoming more and more effective. And I just can't believe how effective MC is being with his observers, and Bomber's just letting him do it. MC is getting all the information he wants, and it's just so crucial right now. Pretty nice storms there, at least a decent try. More storms going off, and the SCVs transferring, getting caught in this chokehold, storming actually his own units, but MC doesn't care. He's going in for what could be the final push. Some attacks going at the top, transferring SCVs, getting killed, and Bomber is able to hold off this attack at the moment, but there are some more Zealots and Stalkers over here getting lots and lots of kills. Look at this, 13 kills, 12 kills, 2 kills, and this base not quite gonna go down, but it is quite under fire at the moment, and Bomber barely able to hold on to his third base. Meanwhile, MC has fully saturated his fourth base. Main base mined out, and I think we're just going to see MC just macro up another big army and go in for the final push. Bomber's economy has been disrupted so much that there's probably not a whole lot he can do. Maybe some perfect EMPs could do something, but with this many High Templar and Archons and Zealots, he doesn't have the units at this point to kill all of them. Both players at 3/3 upgrades, so no advantage there. Templar are able to get off one feedback, and here comes the charge in of the Zealots, a little bit disorganized of an attack. Keeping his High Templar in the back, they're going to be going in for a storm, but before he can storm, Bomber comes in with the GG. Alright guys, so that was a pretty good game. That game might have been from... Actually, I'm not sure where that game was from. So yeah, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think of the pop-ups, and because yeah, I don't even know what the pop-ups are going to be at this point. But hopefully they'll be good. And if you want to see more of this, leave me a comment. And yeah, let me know of anyone else who's doing this, because I'm not currently aware of anyone else who's doing it. But if they are, I'd like to see what they're doing, see how I could improve on that as well. All right, thanks for watching, guys. GG.